Hello everyone, and today we are going to talk about cold outreach and so how therapists can build referral relationships with doctors. So that's a topic that really matters to me as I am a doctor, as you already know. So we are going to talk about something that most therapists avoid, and it is called outreach, but not the awkward, pushy, and manipulative version. But we are going to talk about how to ethically build referral relationships with family doctors in a way that is professional, that feels aligned, and actually works long term. Because here is the truth about it. The therapists who have steady referrals year after year are not the ones posting random Instagram quotes, but they are the ones embedded in healthcare ecosystems. So let's dive in. So why doctors matter more than you think? Well, let's zoom out. Because where do people talk about anxiety, insomnia, burnout, panic, marital stress, ADHD concern, depression, problems at their work? So not at the gym. Well, sometimes maybe, but not at yoga and not at brunch, but they talk about it at the doctor's office, and I can really confirm that because as family doctors, we are triage professionals. We see 20 to 40 patients a day. And a huge percentage of those visits, sorry, involve mental health components, and that's really a problem that frequently appears. And I can really insist on that. So now think about leverage. One yoga studio owner might refer one person per quarter, but one family doctor could refer multiple people per month, and it's a minimum. So this is not really about volume, but it's about proximity to need. Because when someone is sitting in a medical office, when someone is sitting in front of me, the person in front of me is already seeking help, is open to guidance, and is ready for direction as well. So that is completely different from someone casually scrolling social media. So it's why it's really fundamental to build strong relationships with family doctors around you, because it's really something that can act as a leverage to meet new potential clients. And as I said, we are really triage professionals. So it's why it's really important to to build your network with family doctors. So let's explore warm versus cold outreach. So we often talk about warm outreach. So it consists of people who already know you, colleagues, past supervisors, local professionals you have met. So that's really great. But eventually you move outside your circle. And that's where most therapists freeze. Because cold outreach sounds like sales. It sounds pushy because it's you who goes to to other people. So the reframe of it is this: you are not selling, you are introducing yourself as a healthcare partner. You're just building a team, and that's something really important to to craft in your mind. You shouldn't see that as a pushy method, but really as a partnership uh, building, and it will really change your belief around outreach, because you can really make it in an ethical way. If you think that you are just building relationships with other healthcare professionals, and those relationships are really important, because someone can refer you, another person can refer you, you can refer someone to another person. So you see, it's really a network. That's the concept of networking. So it's why it's something really vital to do. So you are not selling, you are just introducing yourself as a healthcare partner, and that's it. You're not asking for referrals, you're not pitching, you're not convincing, you are just positioning yourself. So to build your doctor list, it's quite simple. You will start simple. You will create a list of family doctors within 5 kilometers of your practice. And if it is virtual, then we'll choose a specific geographic hub. So you might ask, why local? well, local because trust increases when you understand the local ecosystem, you are part of the same community, and you are easier to mentally recall. So you will add pediatricians, especially if you work with families, teenagers, or children, and psychiatrists if relevant to your niche. So don't print flyers, drop brochures, and don't leave stacks of business cards. That's outdated and it's inefficient. So instead, think systems, think networking. So now let's talk about the ethical cold call script. So here is how this actually works and it's really simple. So you might, for example, call in the morning and say, hi, this is, then you say your name. I am a clinical psychologist, psychotherapist, therapist, coach, etc., practicing locally. I was hoping to briefly connect with the clinic manager regarding collaboration, or I was hoping to briefly connect with you regarding collaboration. So you're just calm, clear, professional. And if there is a clinic manager and it is not available, well, you might ask when would be a good time to reach him, her, or them, and then you call back. Or then you might ask as well, well, if the doctor that you are calling to is not available right now, when would be a good time to reach you? So that's as simple as that. And when you speak to the clinic manager, if there is one, well, you might say, hi, I am a local psychologist. I specialize in relationships problem, and I wanted to introduce myself in case you are ever looking for additional referral options for patients needing that support. And that's it. So just that you understand the system behind that. So no pressure, no manipulation, no pretending that they referred to you. So just clarity. And then you add, I am happy to send over my information so your team or yourself can add it to your referral list or EMR system. So this is the key. You really don't need flyers. You need to be in the system that they actually use when referring, and that's really leverage. So it's really powerful that you call the doctor, you ask him or her if he or she is available right now, and if he or she isn't available right now, when would be a good time to reach him or her. And that's simply that, and it's really powerful because, as I said, doctors are really good referrals. So they are really a good referral sources for therapists. So it's really important to do that. So now let's answer what makes you different. And this is really important as well. So doctors don't need another therapist because in the end, it's true that there are many therapists. But as doctors, we need clarity. So just be specific. Instead of I work with anxiety, you might say, I specialize in high functioning professionals experiencing panic and burnout. Instead of I work with families, you might say, I work with parents navigating ADHD diagnosis and family stress. So just be specific. And that specificity will increase memorability, and memorability will increase referrals as well. And now let's talk about the follow-up strategy that is the real engine of that called outreach strategy. And it is really where most therapists drop the ball. So therapists make the call, maybe even get added to the EMR, and then nothing. So humans forget. So you need to build systems as always. So when a referred client comes in, you ask with consent, would you like us to send brief progress updates to your doctor as part of your cycle of care? So this does two powerful things. It improves care continuity and it keeps you top of mind with the doctor as well. And personally, it's also something that I really like. So with modern encrypted communication and AI note summarization tools, this process can be really streamlined and simple. But the principle is really what matters here. You don't just get referrals, you close the loop. That's professional, ethical, and that will be really beneficial long term. So why this builds freedom and not just revenue? So let's zoom out again. Because why are we talking about this topic? Well, because the goal is not just more clients, but the goal is also predictability, so predictable referral channels. So when referral systems are steady, you don't panic in the summer, you don't feel resentful on sunny days, and you don't feel trapped in your chair. So you build infrastructure, and that infrastructure will create optionality, and that optionality will lead to freedom. So that's really the game. So let's pause for a second and take a deep breath, because drop your shoulders right now. You don't need to hustle your way to stability, but as I said many times in previous videos, you need systems. And if you want more calm, ethical client acquisition systems for therapists, well, make sure that you are subscribed to the Therapist Growth channel on YouTube. And if you want to join a free community where you can meet other therapists as you and talk about ethical strategies, digital marketing, and etc., well, you might join the Therapist Cafe. It's a free community on Facebook, and you will be able to meet other therapists like you and talk about very interesting topics. So until then, sorry, build this system and then go enjoy the sun if the sun is right there or not. So goodbye and see each other very soon.